Hi, I'm Harry Styles, and welcome to the Graham Norton Show.
Harry Styles is here. Yeah. Oh, I'm with you. I am so excited. I am. I'm like Kim Jong-un on fireworks night. Plus, Mrs. Brown is here, and one of the stars of Line of Duty. You watching Line of Duty? Oh, thrilling, isn't it? Never knowing who you can trust from a cast of increasingly dubious characters. Oh, that reminds me, we're having an election. Everyone excited about that? I wonder if the politicians are as excited as we are. Yeah, they are. Theresa May wants the country to go to the polls. Theresa, there aren't any polls left. They all went home after Brexit. Of course, while Theresa was secretly planning her election strategy, Jeremy Corbyn was visiting a school where he took part in a cookery class. Ah, look, he's found something he can beat. I know. Jeremy Corbyn has admitted it's going to be hard for him to win the election. He has. In other news, this man announced he was a Catholic. And this creature had a in the woods. In American news, the White House had its annual Easter event. Ooh. Can everyone see that rabbit? Yeah, it's not just me. Yeah. Look, everyone, it's fun standing next to a dumb cartoon animal. The rabbit's saying. During the week, North Korea let off a test rocket called a no-dong. That's what it's called, a no-dong. But Kim Jong-un was left embarrassed after his no-dong exploded after just 4 seconds. Don't worry, Kim. Just have a cuddle and try again later. Yeah. Relax. And then finally, congratulations to Victoria Beckham. Yeah. Who went to Buckingham Palace this week to receive her OBE from Prince William. Ah. Hello, I'm posh, they're saying to each other. Victoria said it was like a Spice Girls reunion. Yeah, because while she was there, she bumped into Ginger and Scary. Let's get some guests on! Later, we will have an exclusive performance of the new solo single by Harry Styles. From Gavin and Stacey to Would I Lie to You, this man is a comedy favourite. Now he's back on the road in the new series of The Trip to Spain. It's Rob Brydon, everybody! Woo! Oh. You look so dapper. All right, sit down. This BAFTA-winning actress rose to fame in This Is England and has won rave reviews for her roles in The Replacement and Line of Duty, which is currently thrilling the nation. It's Vicky McClure, everybody! Woo! Hello! Hi, lovely to see you. Welcome, Vicky McClure. And this award-winning Irish comedian has created one of the UK's most successful sitcoms. Please welcome Mrs. Brown herself. It's Brendan O'Carroll! Hey! Keep me the vulture. There you go. Sit down. I remember something. Very good. You're very welcome. Oh, Vicky McClure's got some shoes.
But I've only got to sit down, so it's fine.
Yeah,
I never usually wear these, but all I've got to do is sit, so it's fine.
They're impressive. They are. Now, there's been a lot of screaming already. Are you all looking forward to seeing Harry Styles? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, Graham. Yes.
Have you met Harry Styles? You must have.
I've met Harry Styles.
Yeah?
I've met Harry Styles.
Have you met Harry Styles?
I've never met Harry, but I have seen him on TV, and I think he's very small on TV. He's only this size on TV. And actually, I live in the States, and I saw him doing Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, right.
And I mean that in the nicest possible way.
You've got the expensive cable.
But he was excellent on Jimmy Fallon. They did some sketch stuff and some comedy stuff, and he does comedy really, really well.
Now, here's the thing. Because we know that you know Harry Styles, Vicky McClure, because Harry... Please explain this. Harry Styles tweeted Vicky McClure. Now, why did you do it? Like, hiya, nice to see you? No, he tweeted Vicky McClure, bargain bucket.
Yeah.
What's that about?
The picture's missing, I don't know why, but basically we went to an event and we were sat at the same table and, you know, it was a really nice place in London, like, so the food should be quite posh, but it looked like I was like, I prefer to go and get some chicken. And so he tweeted me, and then all of a sudden I gained about 20 million followers, people going, tell Harry, please. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I meant to do? Shut it down? So I unfollowed him because I just thought,
Yeah, send it to me. I'll deliver it to Harry, don't worry. And do Harry Styles fans like Line of Duty?
I don't think so. I don't know. I haven't noticed. All I've noticed since being on this and tagging us all in, I'm like, I don't think they're really bothered I'm coming.
I was.
Oh, thanks, Brendan.
And so was I, Vicky.
And I.
I said
Yeah, and I backed it up. I was looking forward to seeing Vicky more than you were.
Well, I don't know.
Hey, listen, let's quickly get on with things because we've got lots to talk about. Brendan O'Carroll, Mrs. Brown, back on Saturday nights, all round to Mrs. Brown's. It's one of those shows, it looks like a hoot and a holler to make.
It is,
but is it fun to make?
Yeah, no, it literally is mayhem. And then they edit it together and make a show out of it. The very first time we did the pilot, the only thing I was sure of, I wanted one of the guests to bring their mother on. So that would kind of validate, with Cathy Brown doing the talk show, it would validate they have their mother with them and then the mothers can go away and chat. But other than that, we had a very loose framework. And music-wise, at the end, you know, I didn't want it to be... I'm sure Harry's going to be amazing tonight, but you're going to say, ladies and gentlemen, Harry Styles, and he's going to sing. And I didn't want it to be like that. I wanted it, no, let's get him in first and chat to him and try and... So what I did was I decided any guest that's coming on to sing musically has to sing one of Mrs. Brown's favourite songs. So, you know, it has to be a Tony Bennett or, you know, Frank Sinatra, and they've got to do a bit of that. So James Blunt was the first one to come in, and he was great. And he started singing, I think it was Moon River, wider than a man. And, of course, that would, you know, turn Mrs. Brown on. Her nipples were...
You're so method.
I am so method. So as he's singing, I leaned into him like that. And he kissed me. And I mean, he put his tongue down my throat. And Jenny, my wife, who's my daughter, is there going, oh, my God. And she said, you must have been really embarrassed. I said, actually, it was really nice. I'm going to get James to teach her some tricks. He's a lovely kisser, James.
The transformation into Mrs. Brown. So, because it's not a huge makeup job.
No,
so,
thanks very much.
You are kind of, you know, recognisable-ish. Because normally when you're Brendan, you've got a beard, but I guess you're touring so much you can't.
No, I have to shave it off, otherwise I'd look like my mother.
We have a picture here. But physically, is it kind of easy to get into it?
Well, many actors, and Rob, you'd be the same. There's always something when you're doing a character, there's something in the character that you go for that's a hook.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, sometimes it's the way they move their arms and move their head or whatever they sit. For me, it's a walk. If I can get the walk of a character, I can usually get the rest of the character. And Mrs. Brown's walk is to me, is the key to it. That her... She has this walk like she's waiting on the waiting list for a hip operation. And it could happen any minute, but it's not happening. So she has that kind of walk. And there's a little bit of Norman Wisdom in there as well. That little bit of Norman Wisdom walk. So can I show you?
Yeah, please do.
She kind of, out here? Where do you want to go?
Yes. There's a step there.
Okay. So she would walk. She just drags that leg a little bit, kind of...
Well, that is.
And as well as that, she also has a little shake in her head about halfway through her walk. So she's going to answer the door. She goes, who the hell is that, for God's sake? And it reminds me of all the old dears I knew. They all had that lumbago walk.
Because presumably, if you're doing impersonations of people, it's the voice, or do you... What, I mean, is the rest of it...
First of all, the people I impersonate tend to be people I like, so for me, it's always a sort of form of affection in a way, you know, if I'm doing somebody's voice. And I'll just hear something that I go, oh, yeah, that's on my sort of... It's like a musicality, you just hear it, so... I know, Hugh Grant... I can just sort of use and sort of hear that sort of thing sort of going on in the voice and the sort of patterns that he has and rhythms, you know. Gosh, crikey, excellent, gosh. And you just hear it.
Because really interesting thing about all three of you is that success did not come calling immediately or that early for any of you.
Certainly not. No.
Vicky McClure, you're so sweet because actually you did get a big break early on, but it seems like reading about you, every time you got a job, you thought, this is it!
Yeah,
I've made it!
Yeah.
And no.
No. No, until about 6 years ago. It still frightens me. Why am I on the Graham Norton show? Like, it's just, you know, it's bizarre. But yeah, it started off, I did a film with Shane Meadows called A Room for a Brass that I thought that was it.
Because how old are you then?
15.
15 only?
Yeah, I was at school, so I thought I was it. And then I found out it was at 6 cinemas across the country. I was like, what?
Oh, tell them about what you do. I think this because presumably you got a bit of cash for doing that.
Oh, yeah, I got a bit of cash, so I thought, right, I'm going to sort of share the love. So I wrapped up 500 quid in different size boxes for my sister and went, it up the wall.
It's not like the gift wrapping money.
You're never going to get a chance to do that, and you think to yourself, that's never going to happen again. So.
Yeah.
I was on the dole. And
See, I've never been on the dole.
Ooh!
I can't believe I just did that.
I can't believe he just said that. But, yeah, I was on the dole when I started, and of course you go in and they say, "Have you worked this week?" No. No. And I'd have done a few gigs because at that time I was trying to get a bit of cash in that nobody knew about, and.
Brydon, we're on the television.
Rob, he does a lot for charity. He does a lot for charity.
And also, I found out 7 years is the limit.
Is that...
It's okay. But I'm on the dog queue, and it was like what you'd see in the Full Monty. It was that kind of dog queue, you know, all there. And so I get up to the window, and she said, "Have you worked at all this week?" And as I looked up at her, behind her was a notice on the notice board was staff Christmas party. Add your name here if you're coming. On a poster of me going. And she looked up at me and said, "Have you worked this week?" Okay. Boom, boom, boom.
That business has gone rather well. Because Rob, sort of similarly, you had work. We were doing radio work.
I went to drama school in Cardiff, and while I was there, I left early because I got spotted by Radio Wales, BBC Wales, and they gave me my own radio show. So I left the college a year early. I was a disc jockey. I mean, to me, it seemed like I was earning a fortune. You know, I bought a little house, but to me, it was like Graceland. You know, I thought it was amazing. But then the work all dried up. So I went from having some money to actually selling our furniture.
I've been there.
To pay the bills. We defaulted on the mortgage, and we were having to advertise the sofa and the table in the paper because I just could not get arrested, you know.
It's that horrible thing, especially when I was working in the office. You go, I've got a big audition. It's massive, I have to go. I have to go and do this audition. And then the next day it's like, oh, did you get the audition? Don't know yet. Weeks later, did you get... No! And then that's it, for 8 years. Constantly going, no, I didn't.
Like you were saying, Vicky, you'd get a job and you'd sort of think, right, here we go.
Yeah.
You know, because you had this image that if you could get a part in something, it would lead. But what's really hard to get is any momentum, to get any traction and get anybody talking about you.
I was very lucky because I was stand-up, I was generating my own work.
Yes.
So I was going around knocking. I had one guy work for me. He managed me for a while. Joe Fitz. We we trained together in the hotel business. He became a barman and I became a waiter. And he's quite a genius. He's a great guy. But he said, I'll go get you gigs. I'll get you gigs. So we used to go into pubs with this cassette tape. And he'd say to the owner, he'd say, listen, you got a guy, this guy is magnificent, he's hilarious, he's going to pack this place, blah, 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 he's going to do it. And he'd put the tape on, he'd say, listen to this, and then we all listen, and you'd hear, and he'd go, what's that? He said, that's your until the night he's here.
Now, show business, ladies and gentlemen, brings with it many, many honours. Brydon, you had a statue in Dublin, didn't you?
Oh, Mrs. Brown did?
Yes.
Yes,
Well,
she did.
sorry,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Mrs. Brown, you didn't.
Oh, wow.
Those women look like they think it's actually you. They seem so delighted by a statue.
It's women like that who come up to me and go to me, I know a woman just like Mrs. Brown. And I go, obviously you have a mirror.
And Rob, you have a sort of statue in Wales.
Yeah, yes.
We have a picture of it. Here we are. Now,
Yeah.
what's that made out
It's
of?
I think it's made out of iron or some sort of... It corrodes. It becomes... I don't know the words. Ferrous. So it's aged since then.
Rusts.
Much like
It
me.
rusts.
It rusts. Much like me. But there's 3 of them. That's in just above Port Talbot, in the hills behind Port Talbot. It's
beautiful.
There's one... It is rather lovely. There's one of... No, it is.
Even if I say so myself.
Well, I didn't make it. I didn't do it. I'm allowed to compliment it. I didn't build the bloody thing.
Who's the artist?
Thanks, Brydon.
You did make it yourself.
But whoever it is, they're fantastic.
They really are.
But ladies and gentlemen, Vicky McClure, tell the people the extraordinary honour the city of Nottingham has bestowed upon you.
They've named a tram after me.
Woohoo! Wow. Here is Vicky McClure with Vicky McClure the tram. Now, is it a temporary thing? That's it now?
I hope not.
So that tram, as long as it's running, is Vicky McClure.
Yeah, hopefully.
No jokes, Brydon. No jokes.
Where is that?
The best thing is when
I get to say, if I go there, I get to say,
In
I had a
Nottingham.
great night last night. I had a few drinks, and then I rode home on Vicky McClure.
That's what my dad said. He went, oh, that's brilliant. All my mates are going to be like, yeah, just rode Vicky McClure. Oh, God, yeah, that's fun.
It's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
It's very cool. It's
Yeah.
very cool. Did you, like, break champagne on it or anything?
No, just sort of, unveiled my name and then got on a tram with my mum because we were doing Christmas shopping and they'd said, oh, we'll give you a free ride, do you know what I mean?
One free ride.
Free ride. Cut to, we're pulling into our spot and I can see the ticket man coming towards us and he's like, can I get your tickets? Oh, well, the thing is, I've actually just been given my own tram presenting plaque 224 belongs to. Get off the tram. I was like, oh my
Seriously?
God,
Get out of
you're
here.
throwing me off the tram for tram evasion.
It's not tram evasion,
No,
is it?
no, it's
That would be evading the tram.
Which is a good thing to do. That's a good thing to
Very
do.
presence would have been your defence.
right.
Fair evasion.
Fair evasion. That's it.
Fair evasion.
Fair evasion, yeah.
Because I've evaded trams for years.
Right. Vicky McClure, the latest line of duty is... it's such a... Well, you know it's such a good show. It's a great, great, great show. 4 in, 2 to go, Sundays, 9 o'clock. And so anything... Like, we've got 2 hours of it left.
No, I know.
But, like, anything
God,
can happen.
So much happens as well. Because I obviously know what happens, but I watched them the other day because you never know what they're going to do in the edit. And, yeah, it's great.
Because even, like, this last one, you know, the stair... Well, are we allowed to talk about it? Or
Spoiler,
are people still
spoiler.
watching it on
I think-
thingy?
Yeah.
Right player?
They must have seen it. I mean, there was, like, pictures of Martin being, like, resurrected on on Sunday because everybody was worried about him. You know,
Yeah.
it was Easter.
Yeah, of course. Oh, what a nice
yeah.
Easter touch.
Yeah.
It was. And how much... Because you don't get the whole series, do you?
No, we get the first 3 eps, we shoot it in 2 blocks, and, you know, to be fair, if they gave me all 6, I think I'd be a bit overwhelmed. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like lines and lines of duty.
Yeah.
To have all those 6 sat in front of you is a bit daunting, and things change, so...
You've been joined this time by Tandy Newton, who's so good in this.
So good and such a great laugh.
Is she fun?
Oh, honestly, she's really naughty. You know, like, I thought, oh, God, Tandy Newton, that's brilliant, but, oh, God, the dramas and the potential diva things that might...
Yeah.
And it just wasn't like that at all.
So, but that's interesting. Is that a worry when... Because the rest of you are, this is your 4th series. It's your show. And then in she waltzes and has this great big part. Is that kind of annoying?
Yeah, I mean, we love it because we get... we've always had really great people. Lenny James kicked it off incredibly and, Keeley Hawes and, we've always had really strong actors and Tandy's great.
So when a big actress like that comes in, it doesn't bother
I
you?
was just a bit nervous.
You're such
Do you know
a
what I mean?
liar.
No, honest to God, I would... If it was somebody I wasn't that sure of, I just wouldn't talk about them that much.
The other thing, of course, that comes with being in shows is publicity photo shoots. Now, I know you don't like them, Rob, do you?
Well, only because the only thing I can ever do in a photograph is smile. If I'd love to look, moody and...
But you look very... Every time I see a photograph of you, you look very James Bondish.
Yeah, right. So I don't know where you're going with that, Brydon, and I don't want to.
I'm complimenting you.
Well,
You
you're
actually
very kind.
do. You've got a great face.
Well, all I can ever do is I that I can show you if there's a camera, that one there.
Yeah.
I have to go like this. And I make the noise as well. Because if I try to be moody, watch this. I just look confused.
Now,
So every picture I'm going...
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Rob Brydon back with Steve Coogan in The Trip, this time to Spain. It's Thursdays, 10 p.m. on Sky Atlantic, also on Now TV. And, I mean, is this one of these no-brainer things where they come to you and they go to, would you like it? Yes, I would like to do that.
It is now, but the first time, Michael Winterbottom, who created it, directs it, comes up with the stories, and then we improvise most of the dialogue, but he came up to us. We'd done a film with him, and he said, look, I got this idea, 6 half hours, the 2 of you in restaurants, and you just talk. And what? I said to him, you may get enough good stuff for 1 half hour. I said, but 6? But it's interesting, because Steve and I have a chemistry, and we have a sort of simpatico with timing, and we're quite different in many ways, but we've got lots of areas where we overlap, and we're actually very similar, and it's become a lovely thing.
And how, I mean, no, everyone must ask you this, but he's Steve Coogan, you're Rob Brydon. You are versions of yourself?
Yeah, there's a lot of it is very truthful. It is how we would be. It's a real mix of totally, yeah, that's totally how we are. But then there's a lot of stuff. I mean, we would never sit over lunch and do the impressions back and forth. We would never be...
See, no one believes you. No one believes you.
If you sat in on our real meals, the meals we have in the evening, we ended up in tears one night, talking about getting older and family and relationships.
But that's in.
No, I don't think... No, and that was...
Well, episode one, you do a thing about age and marriage and all that stuff.
Oh, no, but in the real meal, it was hugs and tears. I mean, it was full on. But it's one of the things that people find interesting about it. Is it real or is it not?
You talk about Mick Jagger.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a true story?
No, that's true. Now, so some of the stories are true, and now this is a true story, that I was... This is about a Christmas and a bit ago. I was at a party in a house, and he was there. And I'd met him before at something, so he came over and he's chatting away. And he's a remarkable man. He's 73, but I think I'm right in saying that, he's as thin and wiry as anything, but he has got energy. It's like in Cocoon, when that light goes... He has energy emanating from him. It's remarkable. And we talked, and it was all nice. And then my wife and I were leaving, went down the stairs, was on the first floor, and as we were heading to the door, I heard, Rob! And I looked round, what? And he was on the landing. And he went, don't throw those bloody spears at me. And I looked at... I said, what? And I said, what? He went, don't throw those bloody spears at me. And I had no idea. I was thinking, what is going on? Is he having a stroke? He's in the age range, And then I realised, oh, he's doing Michael Caine in Zulu. he's doing me from the trip. So I realised... So I went, I've told you before. If you're not going to sing, I don't want to bloody know. Now get back in the other room. He was gone. It's true.
And what's the David Bowie story?
Well, that's another true one that's in the show. Some years ago, I was in my kitchen at home. I'd never met David Bowie. And he was on the radio being interviewed. And the interviewer said, now, and what do you do when you're on tour, on the bus? Do you watch stuff? And he said, I can't really do David Bowie. He goes, yeah, he goes, yes, I do. I can do him singing, that's all I can do. He said, I watch this thing called Cruise of the Gods, which is a show that I was in with Steve, actually. And he said, oh, and it was Mark Radcliffe. He said, I don't know that one. He said, and Bowie said, oh, it's really good, you know, it's with that guy. What's his name? I was going, it's me. He said, I don't know. He said, it's he said, you know, the one from Marion and Jeff, which is a show that I did. And he went, I don't know. I was going, it's Rob Brydon. It was the most bizarre. David Bowie is struggling to get your name. I was shouting at the radio. It's me! And then Mark Radcliffe, I thought, well, a producer's going to tell Mark Radcliffe. He's going to say, and he didn't. He just went on. But then, and we say this in the show as well, that then when he died, and it was just awful. Yeah. But I looked on Twitter, and he followed about 250 people, and I was one of the people he followed.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And when I told Steve this, and we do it on camera as well, he was so cheesed off. he said, I have to say, he's now slightly diminished in my eyes.
Very good. Actually, Brydon, just quickly, we must mention the tour, because Good Morning, Mrs. Brown.
Yes.
And the fans who come to the shows, like, so there's a bunch of Harry Styles fans here today. Yes. And, you know, those sorts of fans, they...
We don't get that.
Well, no, but you kind of do. Because where was this? Was this Manchester, where you met this guy outside? Yeah. This guy.
What?
So they're not drawings, they're tattoos.
They're real tattoos.
And you got Pride of Place, in fairness.
Yes.
And so he's got everybody.
All the characters, and you can see that Gary Hollywood is the closest one to his arse. So I think Rory was a bit disappointed with that. But no, he had all the faces, and not only that, if you look at the picture, it looks like we've signed them.
Yes.
We haven't. We haven't. He got our signature. They're all our signatures, but he got our signatures off something else and got them tattooed in heavy black. I mean, that, you know, if he's watching, get a life.
Hey, listen, it is time for music. Yes. All right. Once a member of the biggest boy band in the world, his debut solo single has just stormed to the top of the charts in, get this, 84 countries. Here performing Sign of the Times is Mr. Harry Styles. Brilliant job. Come over. Sir, and the band. Let's hear for the band. Well done, sir. Well done. Come in a quick scene here. That's Rob Brydon, Vicky McClure. Very good. And now, do you know people on the couch? Do you know Brendan O'Carroll?
I do.
Have you met?
I do. I've met Vicky a few times.
That I know. Old bargain bucket there. Yeah. Yes, she does that. And now you have met.
We've met before, and you got the pyjamas I sent you. I'm glad to see you. And they look better on you than they would on me.
It's a nice in.
Now, we were talking about celebrity having honours. There's a few statues here. Of course, there was a beautiful tram, but do buy a ticket. But Harry, I don't know if you're aware of this, in LA, there is a beautiful monument. Are you familiar with the monument commemorating?
Is it the puke thing?
It's the puke thing. There it is. Harry Styles threw up here. And apparently, it was a few years ago, but they're replacing it. When it gets that, if it ever rains, they replace it, the fans, with the thing. And is it true? Did you throw up there?
I did throw up there, yeah. I think my mum put that sign up.
And like, that is so odd.
It's interesting, for sure.
Yeah.
a little niche, maybe. Yeah, I mean, they're amazing.
Yeah, because
I don't know what to say.
No, because all those people on eBay selling your air, the air you.
I didn't know what you were going to say there now for a second. Selling your vomit, it comes in little bottles, you know. Harry, there you go, Harry vomit.
What's that smell? And what did you do with your pocket money? Hey, listen, this solo thing going quite well so far.
Thank you.
Yes. I mean, that statistically 84 countries or 84 territories. I mean, does that mean, are you now more excited for the album than nervous, if you know what I mean?
I am excited because I'm really proud of it, and I've worked quite hard on it, and it's not that hard. It's like sitting there writing tunes.
He worked so hard. I've got to.
Proud of it.
Here's the question. So you're solo now, and
yes,
you solo material. This is all new to you, the performing. So is it just lovely being by yourself, or is there a bit of kind of a tiny bit miss being in the band?
There's not much more like room in dressing rooms, but I don't feel on my own. I have an amazing band who I feel very lucky to get to play with. They're amazing.
Yeah.
I know you love them. I don't doubt that. But when you're travelling with them, do they stay in as nice a hotel as you, or are they in a slightly fewer stars after its name than you? Be honest.
Where are they?
Oh, they're gone now.
Yeah. They're back in the travel lodge. They're already stealing soap.
No,
because I know you love them and you feel that you feel a great kinship with them. But do they stay in the same hotel as you? No, they don't.
No, they don't. Here's the thing. Being a cultural icon, all sorts of stories get printed about you. So last week, Warren Beatty was here, and we did this thing with him where we just read out some of the mad stories that have been in the papers about him over the years.
This could be fun.
And we just try to read your expression. There will be a camera very close on your face as I read these out. And we'll just try and gauge from your face. And you're young, your face moves. So, let's see. Are you ready for this?
No.
It's the Warren Beatty Deadpan Challenge. You took a carrot cake to a Fleetwood Mac concert. That's a yes.
That's a yes. That's a yes.
Is that a yes? That is a yes, isn't
I
it?
did take a carrot cake to Fleetwood Mac. I like carrot cake.
And Fleetwood Mac, hopefully.
Love.
You and Liam got chlamydia from a koala bear.
Didn't we?
I'd like to confirm that's not true, by the way.
Okay. You were thinking of becoming an estate agent.
That's a no.
Okay, set your face for this one. I really want to see this one. Okay.
Hang on.
Okay, here we go. You had a sexual relationship with Barack Obama.
You're wavering, aren't you?
Legally not allowed to say.
Do you want to see a picture of him?
Don't, it hurts.
You don't know what you said.
You keep your skin in check with sheep placenta.
That's not true.
Okay, fair enough. And finally, you auditioned to be the new Han Solo. That might be a yes.
I think that's a yes.
I think that is a yes.
That's a yes. It's a maybe.
It's like, for example, you just smile and we're thinking, oh, he is? And that's all true. Well done, well done. And listen, good luck with the album, 12th of May.
Thank you.
Right, no time for red chairs, I'm afraid. So please thank my lovely guest, Mr. Harry Styles, Brydon, Vicky McClure.